Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Wasteland Let's Play. I had to think about that for a second. Before we get started today, I wanted to mention a few things. First off, and this isn't a promise, it was just a thought, so do not hold me to this because I may or may not happen, but I was thinking, because I might have a little bit of free time this week, to make a couple of changes to the Fallout mod, kind of adjust the few things I've been talking about over the last couple episodes. And then I might hand it over to my Patreon patrons and let them kind of beta test it for me. And after they've had some time to give me some feedback and I've had some time to, make changes based on that feedback, I might go ahead and upload the mod in whatever state it's in to the workshop, because I don't know that it's ever going to get finished, at least not in the way that I would like it to, but I'd like to at least get it in like a reasonably playable state, more so than it is right now. So again, I think I will go ahead and, if I have the time and this works out, I will try to make a couple of quick fixes and then pass it off to them and let them kind of play with it and see if there's anything that they can help me improve. What else? We've got some new names. So Sardine is now Vincent, and I forget what her name was. It was like Seneca or something. Anyways, she's now Zoe. Those are both names requested in the comments many episodes ago, so we're finally getting around to changing those. And I suppose with that, there was one other thing. I wanted to create a new stockpile zone in here. It's going to need one anyways. And this is going to be primarily for chem fuel. So I think that's under... I can never remember. There it is. So just chem fuel in there. And I don't believe I have the ability to make it now, but we'll have some sort of like sprinkler system in there to prevent, fire from basically blowing up the entire base because of all the combustibles in there. But yeah, I figured that would be a good idea. What's this set to? Probably normal. And then this one is hopefully set to like critical. Yeah, okay. So that should all get moved over here. Any overflow will still fall into that one though. And then they will take from here and drop it in that, just to keep them close to the generators. Right, so let's get going. I've got to say though, I'm kind of losing my... I just not sure where to go next with this, because the initial idea for this playthrough was it was supposed to be sort of like a survival challenge, and it turned out to not be particularly hard to survive in this setting, or at least not as hard as I was expecting. And so I just don't know that I really have like an ultimate goal at this point. Whereas, with the other playthrough, we have like a very specific thing that we're trying to achieve, and I think it's easier to kind of work in that direction because we know exactly what we're trying to do. Whereas here, the goal was just to survive, and we've certainly done that. I really don't see anything coming in and killing us at this point. It would be hard for us to starve unless we just got like no power ever again for some reason, like a permanent solar flare or something. Like even a blight that killed everything we could recover from within a couple of days. So, let's see. Who do we have here? Teacher named Fall. Something tells me she's not going to be that useful. A boss, 2 drifters, 6 elite mercenaries, a heavy mercenary, 3 mercenary gunners, a mercenary slasher, 2 snipers. Wow, that is a lot of firepower. Well, I did just say I wasn't sure where to go from here, so I am feeling a little bit, I don't know if suicidal is the right word, but certainly less cautious than I normally would play this. So let's test our mettle against these guys, and if we lose, we lose. Normally, I would avoid this. This is, I think they outnumber us. And the elite mercenaries sound especially scary. But, again, our ultimate goal was to survive, and we've survived, so let's test our defenses, I guess. You better be capable of shooting, or, of course, an abrasive colonist that can't really offer much outside of, I guess you can cook and craft and maybe build down the line. I think the raid is loading right now. Yep, there it is. Oh, and we got some people bugging out. They're like moderately well armed. There's a lot of shotguns and stuff though. Oh, but there is some power armor. And this is Fallout power armor, so I am running mods. This isn't actually part of my mod, this is just a Fallout mod. So they're wearing T-45B power armor. Of course, none of them bothered to wear the helmet. And then for whatever reason, I think the armor might be bugging out on them because I don't have a texture for that body type yet. I have no idea, but there's a texture missing, and that's why there's that pink square there. Anyways, let's go ahead and call up everybody. I'll ask them to meet up here for right now. You can just do whatever. No, you should probably at least get inside before you start doing whatever you're doing. Pearl, again, I like having you on standby. We don't really have any shells anywhere near us, do we? Like, if I wanted to use this, I'm pretty sure all the shells are, like, inside randomly, if we even have any. I thought we had a few. Like, very few, but I thought we had some. Maybe not. Anyway, let's see. Pearl, you're on standby. Pete, probably don't need you. I guess we'll put you in here as, like, a rescue person as well. Brooke, Jaxa, again, standby. Lilith. Vincent, are you any good with a gun? No, right, you're melee. Well, I think we'll do what we did last time. Have you pick up something that you can kind of just spray and pray with. And I guess I'll give you a knife as well. Not a sidearm. Why is it not a sidearm? Since when is that not a sidearm? Nate, Zoe, Lars, and Ulysses. I'm just gonna let you continue building or whatever it is you do. And that's looking pretty good. Okay. So let's hustle out to our defenses. And I don't recall seeing anything explosive. Nobody's carrying grenades or incendiaries. Nope, somebody's carrying grenades or incendiaries. Just the one though. Oh look, this chick is just wearing the helmet but not the armor. So there are some grenades, but what I was gonna say is I might just kind of have everybody bunch up on this. Oh man, the lag is real right now. Let's go ahead and toggle these on, because they do have a couple of people armed with melee weapons that may try to rush us. And those will obviously help. That's a good idea, actually. Oh crap. Cazador, go around this way. And is there anybody else still inside that could join you? I don't think her gun's gonna shoot far enough. You know what? Whatever. I don't even care. Get in there. Anybody else? Vincent doesn't have his gun yet. You know what? Locke, I'm gonna send you there too. I keep forgetting to utilize that, so I'm gonna do it here. You are not moving nearly fast enough. Probably because you're running through the water, but you're taking a lot of gunshots here as well. I guess it's fine for you to go in the back way. I just kind of wary of you leading people into our base that way. course, the dog's out there too, so they might go after the dog. Yeah, go around the front. Okay, so we need to start moving people around. Raynor, you've got the big gun. Let's put you... I'm going to have Travis on this corner. I want Grim there. Raynor, I want you where Grim is. Nate, do me a favor and go in there as well. Perkin, did you not flick these switches? Oh, you're about to do it right now. Okay. Moon, you get in here. Kate, you're going to take that side. Zoe, Brooke, you can go over there too. Tadashi, I might want you over here actually. I guess, yeah, let's do something like that. We got a lot of people in here, but I think it'll work out. Okay, so they're not attacking straight away, which is good. So Locke, I'm going to put you on that corner. Actually, no. Cazador should be there. So Cazador, you go here. Abel, you're going to go there. And I'll deal with everybody else when they get here. You better get inside, though. And we better pray that they don't attack those doors. There's a lot of doors for them to get through. Okay, they seem to be ignoring them. So Cazador is going to start opening fire. You need to keep moving. Get inside. Nate's coming to join them. One thing I should have done for this area is basically build a wall inside it. Just an actual, like, straight up wall. So that if we're taking a bunch of fire, we can just jump back behind it. Because right now, if they need to retreat, they're kind of in trouble. I also don't like that. Can you fire at him? Because now he's using our embrasures as cover. Yeah, you guys need to pull back. Time to retreat. We can have you jump back in there later. Okay, so she's down. Nate, do not do what you're about to do. Alright, I think they're okay. We'll grab her as soon as the opportunity presents itself. Perkin, get inside, please. Okay. You should probably go... Nope, get inside first. Are they already retreating? Yeah. Well, that was easier than expected. Okay. Cazador, get back on there and start shooting. Locke, you do the same. Sure, whatever. Nate, I'm going to ask you to rescue her. Well, yeah, that was pretty straightforward. So our defenses are holding out pretty well, I'd say. Let's make sure those are toggled off. Locke, let him have it, man. No? Just done. Alright, well, Cazador, go get yourself treated. Looks like a few of them might be alive. We'll definitely grab these guns. Okay, so there's anything on you that we might consider looting? Nope. So we'll just burn that corpse. How about this corpse? Nope, it's all tainted. None of them made it that far, okay. I wish I could just select all the guns at once instead of having to do them manually. But there we go. We'll allow for all of these weapons to get moved. That boar is apparently not dead, so we'll hunt it. They must be down or something. Let's see. It's basically dead. The only thing keeping it alive is, what do you call it? I forget the name of the mod now. Death Rattle. Yeah, it's in a Death Rattle right now. So it's effectively dead. If not for that mod, it would be dead. But it has a couple of seconds to be rescued. But obviously, we're not going to do that. Okay, so you're just another corpse for the corpse fire, as are you, and I'm assuming you as well. Okay, so you are just plain old dead. Dead. Who's, so you're still alive, and then who's moving around here? You? No. I think that's coming from the boar. So, are you worthy of being saved? A neurotic nudist and a jogger. She could be a decent shooter, though. Might be more useful than our newest edition. Who's hanging out here? Anybody stick around? Travis. Please come capture that person there. And I think everybody else is dead. That combat armor, but it's tainted. But there's a shield belt. Let's strip that person. Okay, and let's see. You died. You have marine armor, which might be worth trying to sell. Mechanoid egg, interesting. I wish... Yeah. I was just gonna say, I wish we could take a couple more shots at some of these people. Oh. You just went down. Is it worth sending Locke out to save you? Nervous xenophobe. Decent, though. Very young, too. Both of those characters are very young. Locke, do me a favor. Come capture that person. So we have 2 new prisoners and 1 new colonist. Right. Fall. Go about your business. You should... Wait, you were a night owl, right? Yeah, so... First of all, you're already on Vault Dweller. That's good. Let's change this as well. So, there she is. Okay, so we'll add her to the night shift. And how about work? We'll go same as everybody else there. She does have some social skill. So I think wardening is worth adding on here. You can add jailer to there as well. I don't mind her helping cooking, but I don't really need that. I've already got people cooking. So I think we'll do like a 4 here, maybe? I'm pretty good with that. I don't need either or any of those, though. Okay. So off you go. Oh, right, you guys can get back to work as well. Sorry about that. Off you go. I probably should have checked these people in terms of health. You're actually completely stable. You're just really messed up. Cazador, go get yourself treated, please. And she's bleeding pretty bad. Wow. Her spine almost got destroyed. You're starving, because nobody's taking care of you. That was old. That wasn't from this one. Okay, good. Pearl's on the job. It was my fault for not letting her go sooner. Right, and what about you? Oh, I don't think you're gonna make it. Left arm gone, right leg gone. Got a half hour to save her. Probably not gonna happen. Right, so I completely forgot about Vincent. Let's have you drop that gun. And you can go about whatever you were doing before. Will it let me grab the knife? And then if I wanted to give you a gun, it's gonna be difficult. Whatever. Whatever, game. As long as he's got something to protect himself with, and if we ever need to give him a gun, we can try to figure it out. So the prisoners, well, the prisoner will be transported over here. I'm assuming the other one died before Locke even got there. Is that why he didn't? Died here. Okay. Allow. And interesting. So the power armor does get tagged. That's something that the mod author should fix. Certain things make sense, and this is something that you can set when you mod in clothing, whether or not they get tagged as tainted when somebody dies in them. For something like power armor, it doesn't really make sense for somebody to care, because it's sort of like this big, you know, it's almost a vehicle that you kind of get into. It's just like it happens to be in the shape of a suit of armor. But, you know, for clothing, it's one thing. You don't want to wear the t-shirt off of a corpse, maybe, though I would argue most people probably wouldn't mind wearing a jacket off a dead body if the jacket, you know, was in reasonable condition. Obviously, if somebody gets, like, blown apart, you don't want to pick up the tattered, bloody jacket and throw it on. But if somebody dies in a, you know, relatively reasonable way, I don't think too many people would have an issue borrowing that person's jacket if they really needed it, you know. But for clothing in general, I concede that it's fine. But for things like armor, I would expect people to kind of reuse it as sort of common sense. Alright, so we have another laser rifle. Who does this one go to? Moon has one. Zoe, you are not very high on the list because you're not much of a fighter. Nate, I think, is probably next up. Not much of a fighter either, but a little bit better than she is. So, yeah. He could certainly make use of it. Yeah, I think Nate gets it. So Nate, come equip that. And I don't know that we'll need any more for a while. I'm kind of content with what everybody else has at the moment. And let's see, prisoner. Wow, that's going to be a pretty easy recruitment. We'll do work and recruit. And let's see here. Construction, not going to be able to do much from there. I'll just set it to... It's going to reset these anyways when they get recruited. So I'll just have cleaning be the top priority. Just keep the prison clean. That's your only job, I guess. And they... Oh, God. I completely forgot that this wasn't there. So the prison isn't exactly secure right now. I guess let's just take like a steel door and put it in right here. That'll kind of help. But yeah, with the without the nutrient paste dispenser there, they can kind of just come and go as they please. Alright, so Fall immediately jumped on that. Good on her. Already proven herself useful. Need more fighters, though. I need more fighters. Soldiers, really. And we are not doing great on the old sandstone. By the way, somebody was asking in the comments if the mining skill has any sort of effect on the rate that chunks spawn, and to my knowledge it does not. If you know differently, please feel free to correct me, but as far as I'm aware, and as far as I've seen in the game's like scripting codes, because I do, you know, mess around with them quite often in my modding, the only thing that the mining skill affects is the rate at which you dig through whatever it is you're mining. The yield should not be affected by the mining skill. So the chance of a chunk spawning when you dig out something like this should be unaffected by, you know, it being somebody who is good versus somebody who is bad. And I would think that even if that were the case, if they did have an effect, the higher mining skill would work in your favor. You'd have a greater spawn rate rather than oh god, I don't know that we need this. In fact, I'm going to keep them forbidden because I don't know that I want that in my... you know what, we'll... No, I'm going to leave it out. We're having enough children. I'm pretty sure Kate is pregnant again already. Yeah. I don't think we need people spawning even more children than they already are. So, we will not be doing that. Oh, crap. What's going on here? No food. There's definitely food there. Water quality was 100%. It just says there's no food, but there's clearly food. Whatever. This one's still going fine. Anyways, I wanted to build a bit of wall right here. I guess I can bring it out that far. Yeah, let's do something like that. And when that's done, we'll start to dig at it from the other side. And then I'll layer in more walls here. I want to be able to utilize some of this space, but I also want to make sure that this is never an exterior space. And I also want to make sure that, you know, we don't like leave ourselves kind of vulnerable. So I probably shouldn't go any further with it. In fact, I probably should have left that until this was done. Oh well. Live and learn and all that. But yeah, we need to get those in there. We should have enough marble kicking around over there to get it done. And speaking of building, let's actually get some concrete floors in here. I'm just going to kind of do this whole area for right now. We can change that as needed, but that should be good enough. We'll keep this wall running along there too, but I do want to keep kind of checking in on this intermittently. I want to make sure we're getting sandstone. We need sandstone, because that's what all of our furniture is supposed to be made out of, and we're clearly not getting enough of it. What's your deal? Night owl and daytime. Oh no, we're low on power again? What is going on there? Why? Why is this happening exactly? Batteries are full. Oh, solar flare. Of course. One of my least favorite events. Looks like we hit another steel node over here. So we'll be getting some steel and some sandstone out of that. I wonder... I think we have enough marble right now. I'm going to bump sandstone up ahead of it. If somebody's going to be cutting blocks, I'd prefer they be sandstone right now. So we are tearing through the mining stuff over here. I'm going to start layering in these walls as well. At least to a degree. But I obviously don't want to block that off entirely because, again, I do want to try to use some of this. In fact, that's probably too far right there even. So let's just do that wall, I guess. Though, I think this wall can come down a little bit further. Maybe not. Honestly, that wall might not even still be there. It might be here. It might go like that and then kind of angle and wrap back around. We'll see. It's just going to be kind of whatever works. I do wonder, though. I don't think this needs to be here. I'm going to chance it. We'll risk a cave-in to get that out of the way because I'd like to put a big chandelier right there to light this whole room. Make them dig faster. Not that digging faster is really an issue, given like everybody's a professional miner now. Ulysses, I think you're decent at mining, right? Oh, apparently he didn't like that. Wait, what was it? Innocent prisoner died. Which one was that? Because this prisoner's fine. if you're referring to this one, who's apparently been moved, the other prisoner shouldn't have been innocent yet, because there is a timer on that, and I really doubt that the timer was over at that point. I find that kind of hard to believe. Looks like they've already been cremated, though. Anyway, there is, I think you get like a couple of days before the prisoners are sort of like forgiven for what they've done, and you have to treat them humanely again. But, is there a big chandelier I can grab? There we go. I don't believe that we were at that point yet. Especially given how, like, early they died in the process of us trying to rescue them. Okay, so, Ulysses' mother managed to calm him down. That's good. You know what? I'm actually going to ask them to mine this out as well. We'll go, like, one tile extra, just so that we can fill in the walls. Marriage is on. Vincent and Zoe. So the two characters we just renamed. Okay. Apparently they're together. I didn't know that. Do they share a bed? Because that's something that should be happening. They do. Okay. So I guess I just forgot about that. Alright, solar flare's done. And we have light. So that should make everything happening in here happen just a little bit more efficiently. Oh, but we also have open air, it looks like. So let's make sure that that is entirely roofed off. There we go. Sure. Breaking my own rules, not keeping up on that. What was that about? Well, it looks like we have a trader visiting us, and Tadashi's brother is among them. We'll take a look at what they've got in a moment. Might even sell them some stuff, because we have a lot of guns just kicking around that we don't need. So, I've been thinking, and I might just be, like, kind of a masochist, but I've really been tempted to kind of do another, like, low-tech playthrough. I know the Skyrim one was kind of a real pain. People seem to really enjoy it, but it was a nightmare for me because the food had to be micromanaged so ridiculously, given, you know, we couldn't have, like, indoor farming because we couldn't have electricity. So that made things very, very painful for me. Like, excruciating, because I basically had to just sit there and watch the farming stuff get done to make sure none of it got screwed up. I'm going to put that down and then forbid it. And ultimately, like, we had one bad raid, and I just decided to call it because we weren't wiped out. Like, we certainly could have recovered, but it was just, it would have been so much work on top of the rest of the gameplay already being so much work. But I've been thinking like a Roman fort, like having our own little Roman legion would be kind of fun. Though I'd have to make some concessions just for like the sake of my sanity. So I'd probably set it up in like a biome that is somewhat reasonable to grow food in year-round. Like I guess a Mediterranean kind of climate would work, but I just would not want to do like the same like sort of wintry tundra that we did before, where I could only grow in certain periods and then, you know, everybody's starving for 2 months out of the year. But yeah, I think like a Roman legion would be kind of fun. Of course, I'd have to like make stuff to do that. There is some mods already that add, I believe, a little bit of Roman stuff. I'd have to see like how much, but it would be just a matter of like clothing, which is easy. It's everything else that's really difficult. So, I don't know, but that was just a thought I had. Because everything we've been doing recently is just all very gun heavy, I guess. And while, you know, this is a sci-fi game, I'm always a sucker for like the ancient medieval fantasy, all that sort of stuff. You know, swords and sandals. And actually, I don't even know if the mod works anymore, the one that removes. So is this just not, like, what's going on here? Lilith, can you do something about this? Hunting. Okay, so who can hunt? Grim, you're up. Come fix this, whatever it is. Anyway, I don't know if the mod works anymore that removes all the higher tech stuff from the game. Because there was a mod that basically just, like, deletes everything that's, like, beyond a certain level. And so you just effectively do, like, a tribal start and go from there. But, again, I'm not sure if that mod's working. If it's not, then that's kind of a deal breaker. Because that's absolutely necessary to do any of that. Oh, good, we're finally getting sandstone cut. Are we building with it, though? None of this has really been done yet. At least none since what I saw last. That should be there. Maybe somebody failed it? I don't know. Anyway, that's something I was thinking about. Building like a Roman fort, maybe. And marching out with... Because that's sort of what we wanted to do in the Skyrim playthrough, is we wanted to eventually build up our own little army. And we just never really got to that point. But with the Roman stuff, especially with like a shield mod, I think we'd be able to avoid a lot of the issues we had with that playthrough. Minus the food ones, because another problem we had was that people were always hurt because we were very, very reliant on melee combat, and that would be the same here. But if you have something like a shield that can kind of mitigate that damage, then at least your people are not going to be injured so often, which they were pretty much always injured in that playthrough. I still need to figure out where the doors are going to go in here, because this is not really centered, though I'm not sure it matters at this point. I guess what we could do is just bring this up to like there. Just call those the doors. What I would need to do though is grab these, and we want one there and one here. And I should also jump into here and do that. And I feel like maybe do it here too. I don't know. That might not be necessary. Well, too late. He already started. I'll just leave it. Either way, we would have needed to fix this over here, because this is like steel flooring that was already there. That does remind me though. That is so expensive, but we do need to replace this door. I still can't believe that somebody smashed through one of these with their bare hands in a temper tantrum. 2,000 hit points on a steel blast door, and he beat it down with his fists. What a joke. Right, well, I think I'll leave it there for today. I'm starting to lose my voice, actually. I think I need some tea. But before we do end it, I wanted to check in on our prisoner. It looks like their resistance has been depleted a little bit. So, might be able to recruit her in the next episode even, depending on how long we go for. And I think our main job for her is going to be shooting. I might also have her deal with the animals. And maybe like social too. We can have her talk to the prisoners to train that up. Because she does have passion for it, and so that will level quite fast. But yeah, I mean, having somebody that can shoot is useful. We can get her either a laser rifle or a laser musket, turn her into another sniper. But yeah, I think having her kind of tend to the dogs, so the people who have been doing that can focus on their other jobs. And we'll have her talking to the prisoners a little bit. Can't have her train that skill with the guests because she will offend them more likely than not. But with the prisoners, it's not as big a deal. She can kind of make mistakes and it won't really hurt anybody. Cazador, did you ever get yourself treated? Apparently you did. I mean, I'm glad. I just kind of forgot about you. Abel, she's looking fine too. Again, that left lung was destroyed a while ago. That's not anything new. And I don't think anybody else was hurt, so we're doing fine. I should probably check in on your health, though. Looking pretty good there, too. Just a little scar on the thumb that we can treat when she joins us. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. So, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.